Well, good morning, evening, everybody. My name is Mike at Filmboy24. Today is it's going to be a fun one because we're going to see if we can stretch this 500T out a little bit. We're going to experiment just a little and see if we can get an extra 2 or 3 stops of latitude with 500T in a camera that, well, wasn't designed for 500T. So if you are new to the Filmboy24 experience, my name is Mike, as I, said in the beginning. I'm an 80s child. I did a lot of my growing up, graduated high school in the 80s. I love analog, the world of analog, definitely the sort of the film vibe. And what I do on my channel is I experiment a lot, mostly with movie film. I've done some still film. I take a lot of still pictures. But I do mostly movie film on this channel, and I like to do everything myself. I'm sort of a DIY guy. I don't think the labs like me very much, but that's okay. I like to do everything myself, so if there's a mistake, I know typically where it came from. I just do everything myself. I make a lot of things. I've built a video tap for cameras, a goofy, sort of a goofy one just for framing. So anyway, that's the vibe of this channel. I love horror movies, I like 80s movies, I like 80s music, and I love film. So enough about me and my babble. This is what we are going to take a look at today. For a while now, I've kind of been wanting to stretch the latitude of Vision stock just to see, kind of how far we could go left or right with it. A lot of people shoot this right down the middle, and I'm one of them. If it's 500T film and it's a new stock and it's not been sitting around in poor storage forever, then you kind of want to shoot it to get the right results. You kind of want to shoot it the way the manufacturer recommends. And for this particular stock, you want to do indoors at 500, ISO 500, or outdoors at ISO 320. And that's to compensate for the filter, because this is a tungsten film. So you'll have the orange filter in front. So you just compensate one stop. What happens though if you put this film into a camera like this one? This is the overhyped and overpriced. Okay, settle down. I know it is a little overpriced, but the Canon 514XL. It's a beautiful little camera. I love my 514XL. Takes stunning images. Just like I do. No, just kidding. I do love my 514XL. I didn't pay $400 or $500 for it like a lot of people are when they're getting, working ones. I took a chance on this one and I paid $60 and it works fine. There's no batteries in it. And mine works great. It's like brand new. No corrosion, no anything. So I got real lucky, I know. I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. And it's a great, great camera. It's a 70s camera. And it was designed to accommodate film in the ISO range of 25 up to about 250. That's the capabilities of this. In other words, the camera knows where to stop the lens based on the notches of your film. Well, this is 500 speed film, or 320 if you're going to use it outside to compensate for the filter, like I said. So I wanted to see if a stop or two would make that much of a difference, or would it just be blown out? Put the film in here. Now, full disclosure, I got this roll of film with a camera that I bought. In fact, it may have come with this camera. I got it middle of last year, but I don't remember. And it's not a brand new Vision 3 stock. So it's one of those ones that probably was sitting around in poor storage for some time. I don't know. I did find out, based on the edge code, that this roll was manufactured in 2008. So it's a little old. But it was still good enough for me to give it a shot. So I put it inside this camera, and this camera is going to want to meter it at 250 ISO. And I ran around with it, and now, unbeknownst to me, some of it was already shot. It was, like I say, it was open when I got it. So about 15 or 20 feet of it, when I processed it anyway, it was just nothing. There was nothing there, so I don't know if somebody would just shoot it for a second or shoot it indoors, darkness, I don't know. But I got about the last 30 feet of it for myself. Really? So a buddy of mine came over, Travis. If you're not familiar with Travis, he's a film fanatic like I am. Check him out on YouTube. He's the Celluloid Alchemist. He's also on Facebook and Instagram and, you know, all the other sites that those youngins go to. So check out Celluloid Alchemist. I'll put a link to his channel down in the description below. But he came by my house. He comes by and we do a lot of film stuff, and he brought his beastly IMO 35mm movie camera over. We just wanted to doodle with it. Took it out of my backyard. I got a little bit of film of the same old backyard and a little bit of him messing with his IMO. And then the second half of the film, my family and I just took a little mini vacation for 4 or 5 days to St. Simon's Island, Georgia. I took this with me and some other film. I did a 50D in here as well. That's coming. And I shot the rest of the film there. So you'll see the end of the film is St. Simon's, Georgia. As you probably know, and I mentioned earlier, I do everything myself. I did ECN2 with this. And if you're not familiar with the entire DIY ECN2 process, I'll put a link to exactly what I do, mixing up my own chems and everything, for ECN2 processing. That's what I did here. I scanned the film on that little Movie Stuff Retro Scan Universal Mark I unit. Still waiting on my Mark II. I did it in 2K. Now, there's a little bit of artifacting and things that come up when I render this video that you're watching now at 24p 4K and a film that I shoot at 18 frames per second and scan at 2K. So it's a little funky. I do disable the resampling, so that helps with ghosting and whatnot. But you will see, at times, you'll see a little bit of artifacting or some unevenness or something like that. A lot of that has to do with the way it's rendered. A lot of it has to do with the upload to YouTube. So keep that in mind. The original looks way better than when you see it. Well, you'll see in a second. And I scan it at kind of the retro scan doesn't really have a log scan setting. You can scan it pretty darn flat, and that's what I do because I like to do a lot of post-processing myself and colorize it a little better and this and that. So anyway, I did the best that I could over there. And I'm going to show you the results right now. I'm pretty happy with it. I would say that it's got a lot of latitude. I already knew the new Vision stocks are great with over and under exposure. Over more so than under. It's easier to come back from a little overexposure than it is underexposure. It was overexposed by a couple of stops. So, like I say, it wasn't the greatest latitude test. But a lot of people have asked me, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of texts, I get a lot of messages on Instagram and Facebook and, like I say, emails. I don't always check Instagram, just so you know. But people are asking, can you shoot this faster film in these older cameras that really aren't made for 500 speed film? Well, I say yes now. I mean, I was always on the fence until I really gave it a whirl, but I'm pretty darn happy with the results. I'd say you could. A couple things before I go. I'm thinking about doing some live streaming. I've never done that before in my life. I thought about doing maybe just a half-hour little fun live stream. I don't know if anyone would be interested. I thought about doing something like coffee and a camera. We'll pull a camera out, we'll drink some coffee, we'll just rap about film, we'll talk about a particular camera, if you like it, if you don't like it. We'll do 16, we'll do 35 still, we'll do 8, we'll do Super 8, whatever. It's just a thought. If anybody would be interested in just a sort of a live chat, let me know. I'd like to know if there's any interest in it whatsoever. I've never done a live stream. I'd like to give it a try. I don't know, maybe I'll try it anyway. I am going to get that roll of 50D processed really soon. I actually have the chemical still in my sink heating up. So maybe I'll do it today. I don't know. If you like this video or if you like videos like like this one, do me a favor. Yeah, just see it, how it turned blue. Just hit the like button for me. It's free. It's very difficult to get likes on a video. I don't know why. Usually it's easier to get comments than likes, but it's free. If you would on the way out, just hit it. If you think I've earned it, maybe you could, see that? Maybe subscribe. Hit the bell notification so then you know when this goofball pops another video out on the World Wide Webster. And until the very next time that I see, I'm just so psyched, right? Maybe I've had too much coffee. Maybe I've had too much coffee. Till the very next time that I see all of your shining faces. There it is. There's my goofiness. I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.